The conversation around collagen is stuck on a loop of buying and consuming it. But here's the thing. The most powerful collagen factory in the universe is already inside you. The real question is, what turns that factory on? The answer might be growing in a field right now, completely overlooked. We're going to explore the science of a specific herb that doesn't have a single molecule of collagen in it, but contains compounds that may just send a powerful wake-up call to your skin's own production line. First, let's tackle the big assumption behind the supplement industry. When you drink a collagen smoothie, that protein doesn't magically travel from your stomach to patch up your face. That's not how digestion works. Your body breaks that collagen down into its basic parts, amino acids and smaller chains called peptides. Now that's not to say they're useless. The story gets more interesting. Some modern research shows that specific fragments, called hydrolyzed collagen peptides, can be absorbed intact. These peptides may act as signaling molecules, attaching to your skin's fibroblast cells and encouraging them to produce more collagen and other important components of the skin matrix. So, you are providing some raw materials, but you might also be sending a gentle memo to the construction crew. Still, providing a pile of bricks doesn't automatically mean a house gets built. You need a foreman, blueprints, and workers who are ready to go. For many of us, the problem as we age isn't just a lack of amino acids. It's a slowdown in the command and control system that tells our bodies to make new collagen. The factories get quiet. This is where we need to shift our focus from only supplying materials to actively sending instructions. This is where an ancient and frankly underappreciated herb enters the picture. It's known as Gotu Kola, or by its scientific name, Centella asiatica. In parts of the world where it grows abundantly in warm, humid climates, it's a simple ground cover, a weed-like plant that spreads with a quiet tenacity. But in traditional medicine, it's anything but a simple weed. In Ayurveda, it's revered and sometimes called Brahmi, a name it actually shares with another herb, Bacopa munieri, which is more famous for its cognitive benefits. Gotu Kola is often called the herb of longevity, used for centuries to do everything from sharpen the mind to, most importantly for our chat today, heal and repair the skin. This isn't some new, trendy discovery. It's a piece of ancient wisdom that modern science is just beginning to unpack. For generations, it was the go-to remedy for wound healing, which, at its core, is a process of rapid collagen synthesis and tissue regeneration. And that historical use gives us a massive clue about its power. So, how does it work? Let's be crystal clear. Gotu Kola does not contain collagen. You cannot eat this plant and get collagen from it. Its magic lies elsewhere. The power of Gotu Kola is found in a group of active compounds called triterpenoids, specifically ones you might see on skincare products: asiaticoside, madecassoside, asiatic acid, and madecassic acid. Think of your skin as a bustling city. The primary residents are cells called fibroblasts, your collagen factories. When you're young, they work day and night to produce the strong, flexible collagen that keeps skin plump and firm. As we get older, these factories slow down, production dips. The triterpenes in Gotu Kola act like a new, energetic factory manager arriving on site. They don't just dump more raw materials at the gate. Instead, research suggests they do three critical things. First, they appear to stimulate the fibroblasts directly. Laboratory studies show these compounds can promote fibroblast activity, essentially encouraging them to get back to their primary job. Second, they seem to support the synthesis of type 1 and type 3 collagen. Type 1 is the most abundant collagen in our skin, making up a huge portion of its structure, so the factory manager isn't just yelling, "Work harder." Lab studies suggest they're giving specific instructions on what to build to restore the skin's framework. And third, they help protect the entire operation. Our skin is under constant assault from UV radiation and pollution, creating oxidative stress and inflammation. This is like a constant protest outside the factory, disrupting production. Gotu Kola's compounds have well-documented antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties in preclinical research, which may help calm this chaos, protecting existing collagen and allowing the fibroblasts to work in a more stable environment. In short, Gotu Kola isn't the building material, it's more like the project manager. This all sounds great, but what's the proof? The evidence for Gotu Kola is layered. The strongest body of evidence comes from numerous lab and animal studies, which consistently show its extracts and isolated compounds promote wound healing and have a measurable effect on collagen-related processes. This is why Centella asiatica has become a hero ingredient in the Cica cream trend that has exploded in the skincare world. Cica is basically marketing shorthand for soothing, repairing creams that leverage the regenerative properties of Gotu Kola's active compounds. Their popularity isn't just hype. It's based on the visible calming and restoring effects the ingredient can have when applied to the skin. When it comes to taking it orally, the human evidence is still emerging but promising. We don't have massive long-term trials proving it reverses wrinkles in thousands of people. What we do have are smaller, more focused studies pointing in the right direction. For example, one study looked at the effects of a topical product with 0.1% madecassoside and 5% vitamin C. 20 women used it for 6 months and saw statistically significant improvements in skin firmness and elasticity. Now, this was a small study using a combination product, so we can't give all the credit to Gotu Kola's compound alone, but it strongly suggests its actives are doing something meaningful for the skin. It's a classic case of modern science gradually catching up to and validating centuries of traditional use. The evidence isn't a miracle, but it is compelling. Even the best factory manager can't build anything without the right tools and power. This is why a holistic approach is key. Even if Gotu Kola is successfully signaling your fibroblasts, the whole process can falter without a key partner. Vitamin C. Vitamin C is not optional. It's an essential cofactor in collagen synthesis. It isn't an energy source, but rather a crucial helper. Think of it as a specialized tool that's required for the chemical process that stabilizes and strengthens the collagen molecule. Without enough vitamin C, the entire production line grinds to a halt. This is why plants high in vitamin C, like amla, Indian gooseberry, and rosehips, are often featured in skin health formulas. They provide a critical piece of the manufacturing puzzle. And what about other popular ingredients, like silica from bamboo or horsetail? Silica is a trace mineral relevant to our connective tissues and is often marketed for skin and hair. While some small human trials suggest that certain forms, like choline-stabilized orthosilicic acid, might offer benefits for skin, hair, and nails, the evidence isn't as direct or well-established as it is for vitamin C's essential role or Gotu Kola's signaling potential. If you're geeking out on the science of skin and plants as much as I am, and you want to learn more about health through ancient wisdom and modern research, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss our next investigation. I would also love to build a community of knowledge here, so let me know in the comments. Have you ever used Gotu Kola, either as a tea, a supplement, or in a Cica cream? What was your experience? Now, before you rush out to buy Gotu Kola, we need to have a serious talk about safety. Just because something is natural doesn't mean it's right for everyone. With any potent herb, it's absolutely essential to talk to your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional before starting a new supplement, especially if you have a health condition or take any medications. For some people, oral Gotu Kola can cause side effects like stomach upset, headache, or drowsiness. More importantly, we have to talk about the liver. While very uncommon, there have been rare case reports of liver issues linked to long-term or high-dose use of oral Gotu Kola. This is why many herbalists suggest cycling the herb, for example, taking it for 6 weeks, and then taking a 2-week break. This is a common precautionary practice. Not a rule set in stone, but it's a sensible approach. You should be especially cautious if you have any liver conditions, drink alcohol regularly, or take other medications processed by the liver. It's also generally not recommended for those who are pregnant or breastfeeding. Please, be smart and be safe. The journey to healthier skin is paved with nuance. The conversation needs to evolve beyond just asking, should I buy more collagen? We should start asking, how can I best support my body's own incredible ability to produce it? The answer isn't a single magic pill, but a smart, supportive environment. This means protecting our skin from the sun, managing stress, and providing essential nutrients it needs to function, like vitamin C. And within that framework, an herb like Gotu Kola emerges not as a miracle, but as a sophisticated ally. It represents a different strategy, a shift from passive supplementation to active signaling. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most profound solutions aren't the most aggressively marketed or the most expensive. True, lasting rejuvenation comes from understanding the incredible intelligence of our own bodies and learning how to work with them. And sometimes, the key to that is found in the humblest of plants, waiting quietly to be rediscovered.